I have already explained that our real occupational duty is to become servant. So instead of becoming servant of Krishna, we are now servant of our senses. This is our material life. So, if you, instead of becoming servant of the senses, if you become master of the senses, then you are a Brahman. Then you are a Brahman. Not that you remain a servant of the senses, and because you are born in a Brahmin family, you remain a Brahmin. This is miscalculation. This is not allowed. Therefore Krishna says, Samadama Stapa. This Samadama, how it can be practiced without tapasya? It is so easy thing that you can control your mind and senses, but with tapasya. You must agree. That is human life. Tapo dibbang putrakajena suddhita satta. Rishabdev was advising his sons, my dear boys, this human form of life is meant for tapasya. Tapo. What for tapasya? Dibbam, to realize the Supreme Deva. Why it is required? Tapo dibbang putraka jena suddhita satya. Your existence will be purified. If you practice tapasya, now what is my existence? Am I impure? Yes, therefore you are dying. Otherwise you are eternal. Na hannate hannamane sarire. You will be eternal. But you are dying. You are subject to death because your existence is impure. Therefore, tapo dibbam putrakajena suddhi. Jasmat brahma sukham anantam. If you want really blissful life eternally, then you must come to the eternal existential position, platform. Yato brahma sukham anantam. To become happy, to become joyful, that is your right, because you are part and parcel of Krishna, God. He is Satchidananda Vigraha, you are part and parcel. So, you are now fallen. You are trying to get that blissful life, but you are trying falsely in a platform where there is dukkha, asada. It is not possible. You come to the spiritual platform, you come to your original consciousness, then your satta, your existence will be purified and you enjoy. Enjoyment is your right. So, therefore, this samadama can be practiced provided you agree to execute tapasya. Tapasya. Therefore, in this Krishna consciousness movement, we are training these boys, anyone. It doesn't matter what he is. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling. This is tapasya. Those who are practiced to this bad habit, for them it will be very difficult. Very difficult. Yes, one of our god brother went to preach in London, and Lord Zeppelin, he was talking with him, and he said, Goswamiji, can you make me a Brahmin? So he said, yes, why not? You give up these 4 bad habits. And he said, it is impossible. He said clearly, it is impossible. This is our life. But at the present moment, these boys, hundreds and thousands of boys, they are giving up this practice. This is called tapasya. Hundreds and thousands. They have agreed. I have not bribed them, I am poor Indian. But they have agreed. Yes. They are actually practicing no illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating, and no intoxication. They do not smoke it. Don't take tea. This is called tapasya. So, samadama, Brahminical first qualification, can be practiced provided you agree to undergo tapasya. Tapa. And then it is not very difficult. Not that because these boys, European American boys, have given us this bad habit, they are dying for it. No. Rather, their parents, their countrymen say they are bright faces. When they chant on the street, they have become surprised, their fathers. And some of the fathers, they come to thank me. Swamiji, it is our great fortune that you have come to us. Because they know that how their sons are being rectified from the LSD habit. Professor Judah has written a book, very nice book, appreciating that how this LSD man could become Krishna conscious, servant of Krishna. So it is, everything is possible, provided you agree. Samadama tapa. Then shoucha, very clean. Everyone must take bath thrice daily and wash the cloth. This is shoucha, external shoucha. So they are doing that. They are rising early in the morning at 3:30 and taking bath. In this country, they don't even require hot water. In cold one, shaucha, very clean. Samadama tapas shaucham, khanti, tolerance. Khanti, ajamam, simplicity. Khanti ajamam evacha, jnanam, knowledge. What is that knowledge? Knowledge that I am not this body. This is knowledge. And if I think I am this body, you may advance in your so-called scientific knowledge. You are a fool. This is called jnana. And vijnanam, practical application. Jnanam, vijnanam, then astikam. Astikam means to believe in the injunction of this Shastra. Astik. That is called theism. One who does not believe in the just like Krishna is advised in the Bhagavad Gita. One who believes in the words of Krishna, he is Astik. One who does not believe, he is Nastik. This is the Astik and Nastik. So our Nastik definition means one who does not believe in the Vedic instruction, he is called Nastik. The Brahmana must be Astikam, Samadama, Tapasaucham, Khanti, Arjavamevacha, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikam, Brahma Karma Sabhava. If you acquire these qualifications, then you are Brahma. So it is very difficult. Simply, there is no training center throughout the whole world. There is no such training department. There are many departments of knowledge. But how to create an ideal Brahmana, there is no education. There is no education. Therefore, the Brahmana is considered to be the head of the body. Just like we have got this body, this head is to be considered as Brahman, and the arm is to be considered as Khatri, the belly is to be considered as Vaishya, and the leg is considered as Shudra. So as to maintain this body nicely, you must everything in order. The head, brain must be in order, the hand, arms must be in order, the belly must be digesting food and getting energy, and the leg also must walk. Similarly, Sheshe Karmani Nirata, never mind, you are a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. If your aim is to keep the body in order, then either you become Brahmin, either you become Kshatriya or Shudra, everything is in order. That is equal. Unless these instructions are followed as given by Krishna, he comes, jada jada hi dharma sagrani bhavati. He comes there. He leaves this instruction. If you take advantage of this instruction and make your society, family, or government, everything according to the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, then everything is perfect otherwise you are doomed. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Next is a class on the Bhagavad Gita as it is, 7th chapter, text number 5, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on November 1st, 1975, in Nairobi, Kenya.
Besides this inferior nature, O mighty armed Arjun, there is a superior energy of mind, which are all living entities who are struggling with material nature and are sustaining the universe.
Apariyam mitastanyang prakriting vidyame param jiva bhutang mahabaho jayedam dharyate jagat. So, the gross and subtle material energy are already explained in the previous verse. The children must go. So, bhumirapo nalo vayu khangamano buddhirivacha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and ego. These are all material energies. It has nothing to do with the spiritual energy. And because it is not spiritual energy, it is called apara, inferior. Just like in our body, there are some superior part and some inferior part. You have got the brain, that is superior part, but there are other parts where we pass stool and urine. Everything is part of my body, but the position is different, superior and inferior. Similarly, everything is God. Sarvam khalidam Brahma. But still, there must be distinction between the superior and the inferior. Although it is Brahma, still for practical use there is superior and inferior distinction. Those who do not make this distinction foolishly, they are called nirvisheshvadi, impersonalist, without any varieties. But there are varieties actually. Although the body is one, there is no doubt about it. But different parts of the body are considered as superior and inferior. This is called achinta bhedabhed philosophy, simultaneously one and different. As part of the body, the anus or the genital, it is part of the body, and the brain is also part of the body. Both of them are part of the body, but still brain is superior than the anus and genital. So in this way, and upon this philosophy, it is called achinta bheda bhed. Bheda means distinct and abheda means one. We should not take one part of the philosophy, that everything is one. No, everything is one. That is a fact, and still they are different. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita in the 13th chapter. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat abbakta murtina. In my impersonal form, I am all pervading. Jagat abbaktam. But masani sarvabhutani. Everything is maintained by me. Masani sarvabhutani. Nahang teshu avastha. But I am not there. It's like the jail department is also part of the government. But the president does not live in the jail. Masani Sarvabhutani, the President says that the jail department is also my department. That does not mean that President has to live in the jail. It is a gross example. Similarly, Krishna, God is everywhere. Not everywhere. His energy is acting everywhere. The superior energy and the inferior energy. This is the material world, combination of two energies. Just like this body, your body, my body, everyone's body. What is this? The combination of these two energies. The superior energy and the inferior energy. The inferior energy, Bhumi Napana Vayu, the gross body, earth, water. This gross body means earth, water, air and ether. And then the subtle body, mind, intelligence and ego. These 8 combinations. So this is not actually I am so. Therefore this is apara, inferior. But what I am, that is superior. That is explained here. Jiva Bhuta. Beyond these 2 gross and subtle energies, there is another superior energy. Aparayam itastu anyang. Anyang means another. Itastu aparayam itastu anyang prakriti, another prakriti energy is there. Vidhime param, that is superior. Who? What is that? Jiva Bhuta, that living being, which is within the gross and subtle body. That living being. So the modern scientists, they cannot understand this. It is clearly stated, distinction between the inferior energy and the superior energy. Both of them are energies. And Krishna is the energetic. It is everything coming from Krishna. Energy. That is heat and light come from the fire. The fire is distinct from the heat and light. Ekadesha sthita shagne josna vistarina jatha parasa brahmana shakti tathaiva akhilam jaga. Just like fire is there. We can see, if we study whatever God has created, if you simply study, you become a clever. Just like the sun is situated in one place, every day we can see. It is Agni, fiery substance. So, heat and light is distributed. And through the heat of the light, heat and light of the sun, all other planets are created. And the vegetation and all products have been coming out. Without sunlight, you cannot do anything. Heat and light, it is essential. Similarly, the whole material world, or any world, spiritual world, they are manifestation of the supreme energetic. The energies are coming. Energy, you have got also energy, I have got my energy. You cut your hair, automatically the hair will again grow. Do you know what is that energy? But there is energy, otherwise. A dead man saved will not grow. Will not grow anymore here. Finished. But a living man, because he has got that energy, so today you save, again tomorrow you save. This is called inconceivable energy. Even I do not know what is that energy, you do not know what is that. We can talk foolishly, some bombastic word. This sells this and that and so many things, but it is not in our control. So these 2 energies, material energy and the spiritual energy, one is superior and one is inferior, they are working within this world. Mixture. And the spiritual world means there is no material energy, simply spiritual energy. There is no material energy. Everything is spiritual energy. There is no material body. There is no the bhumi, the land in the spiritual world is not land like this land. Chintamani prakara sadmasu kalpa vrikkhala khabrite su surabhi rabhipalantam Lakshmi sahasra sata samrama sebhumanam govindam adi purusam tamam. The Brahma Samhita, which is the description of the spiritual world. Chintamani prakara sadmasu. There are also buildings, but that building is not like this building, bricks and stone. Chintamani, touchstone. Chintamani prakara. Prakara means houses. Sadmasu, kalpa, there are also trees. But those trees are spiritual trees. How? The kalpa vrikha. Here go to a mango tree, you get mango. But there to go any tree, you ask for mango or any fruit or anything, it will be supplied. That we cannot imagine. That how one tree can supply everything. Yes, that can, because they are spiritual. Spiritual, just like my disciple, if I say, bring mango. So, he'll go anywhere and bring mango. Because he is spirit soul, living. But if I ask this pillow, bring mango, it will not be possible. That is the distinction between material and spiritual. And these foolish, they are trying to prepare spiritual energy by combination of material energy. They see their foolishness. They are trying to create living force by chemical combination. So, therefore sometimes we say, I do not say, Krishna says, Mura, rascals. This is not possible. You cannot manufacture life by combination of material chemical. That is not possible. Here it is said that apara, the material ingredients, chemical is also material ingredient. You cannot produce. It is a different thing. Jiva bhutang mahava. How it is superior? Jaya dharjati jagat. Because the spiritual energy is there, therefore this world is important. Otherwise it has no value. In Africa, because the Europeans or Indians, they came here. They are spiritual energy. The Africans also spiritual energy. This is an example. But the advanced nation, they know how to utilize things, the matter. Therefore it is superior. The spiritual energy, living soul, knows how to utilize this matter. Jaya idam dharjati jagat. Jagat, this world is made of material energy. But the spiritual energy, the living entity, he knows how to utilize this material energy. He knows how to utilize earth by making brick and making lime, and then they can construct a nice house. The controller is the spiritual energy. Therefore it is called param, superior energy. This is also energy. But these so-called scientists, they are making material energy and spiritual energy the same. They have no brain to distinguish. Here we have to understand from Krishna. Therefore Krishna's instruction is so important. If we don't take Krishna's instruction, then in spite of our so-called higher advancement of education, we remain simply mura, rascal. Rascal. Mura means rascal. Namang dushkita nam mura prapadante naradhama. Those who are not aware of the spiritual energy and the material energy, they are called muras. Then if you understand what is spiritual energy, then you will search out that where from these, both of the Krishna says, both of them are coming from me. But if you understand the superior energy, spiritual energy, then it will be possible to understand what is Krishna. Krishna is a full spiritual energy, Satchidananda Vigraha. Ishara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadi Radhi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. So this is the first education to enter into the spiritual understanding. Krishna has begun from the very beginning, in the second chapter, that the spiritual energy is within this body. Dehinasmin tatha dehi kaumara jovanam dara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatta namayati. So, there are many evidences in the Vedic literature that